Welcome to the Water Hygiene Centre. This is Class 1, Temperature Monitoring. For temperature monitoring, you will require a monitoring sheet for recording all results and comments. Monitoring sheets should also include the name of the technician completing the monitoring and the identification number of the thermometer being used. A schematic of the water system showing all outlets and identifying which outlets to take temperatures from. These are known as sentinels. Sentinel 1 is shown on the schematic as a red S symbol. You will need a UCAS calibrated thermometer. These come in many shapes and sizes, with surface or immersion probes. You can also use infrared thermometers to take temperature readings on pipework surfaces. These should be used in line with the manufacturer's guidelines. Always check that your thermometer calibration has been completed and that the calibration is in date before using it. You will also need a watch to monitor the time spent taking the temperature. To begin, use the schematic to help you identify the correct monitoring location and outlet. Ensure that the tap has a good flow and insert the immersion probe into the running water at a 45-degree angle. For cold outlets, the required temperature should be reached within 2 minutes. For hot outlets, the required temperature should be reached within 1 minute. If your building has a recirculating hot water system, you will need to use a surface probe to take temperatures from the correct loop locations, as demonstrated here in HSG 274 Part 2. More complex systems may require principal, secondary, and tertiary loops, which will all require monitoring. If your building has a single pipe system, like the one shown here, you will need to monitor the temperatures from the outlets. Temperature parameters will be determined by the occupant's susceptibility within the building. These parameters are derived from Health Technical Memorandum 0401 and Health and Safety Guidance 274. Accurately record your results on the monitoring form, include any comments, and ensure non-compliances are reported to the responsible person. Some outlets may have thermostatic mixing valves, commonly known as TMVs. A TMV is used to blend cold water and hot water to create a mixed supply at a preset temperature. This is usually used to prevent scalding. In order to get a true temperature, you must use a surface probe against the inlet supply pipes. Here you can see temperatures being recorded from the cold supply and the hot supply to the TMV. If required, heat sink grease can be used to help gather more accurate temperatures. The same principle can be applied to integral TMVs that are designed as part of a tap. As before, record your results on the monitoring form. Now let's have a look at temperature monitoring from a typical flow and return hot water generator. Using your surface probe, take a flow temperature from the flow pipework. Next, we take the temperature from the return pipework. If there is a pump present, this can sometimes transfer heat, so make sure you take the temperature from an appropriate distance from both the pump and the hot water generator. Finally, let's look at taking temperatures from a cold water storage tank. The first temperature needed is the supply temperature to the tank itself. This can be taken from the supply pipe or from the water at the valve outlet. The second temperature is taken from the water stored within the tank. Ensure that the immersion probe is clean before submerging it into the tank water. So that covers the basics of temperature monitoring. For more help and guidance, please visit our website, waterhygienecentre.com. Thank you for watching.